Hello. So now I want to encourage you to embrace yourself and your experience, every aspect of yourself and your experience, everything in your life, in your being that you perceive and parts that you don't perceive. Embrace it all that you would or the mind would perceive or judge as light or dark, good or bad, wrong or right, any and all of that. Embrace it all and allow yourself to feel that fullness, that totality of yourself, your experience, all around and outside of you, all within you, everything. And accept it and love it. And realize that this is you. And you're it. You're being it. Right now, this is you. Who and what you are and be. And in that embracing and accepting and loving, allow yourself to be in this moment present with all of it and just feel this coming together, this uniting, this oneness, this beingness of all of this, all of you, all of us, all of me, everyone, everything in this fullness. And as much as you're able in this, allow your mind's perception to consider the oneness of all of this rather than judging, perceiving things as separate. Other people, other things, things that you feel, that the mind feels or believes or perceives are not present in your life, that it believes or perceives should be in order for it to feel better or more complete in some way, because for some reason it feels incomplete. And this is very much the nature of the egoic mind, the mind that feels separate, that perceives from a place of separation and duality. In fact, this is its true nature. And yet in the fullness of yourself, your true self, there is no separation from you and others. There can be individuation, as in different personalities, different objects, material things in the material world, different concepts, ideas, and that in that is infinite potential for creation. And yet, even though there is that individuation, there is no separation, because it is all aspects, that all of it is parts of the same one. And in embracing every aspect of you, you are embracing yourself as one with all. And this can be a concept that the mind is trying to figure out and analyze and do with it what it will as it does. And yet, really, it's beyond the mind's capacity to analyze or understand or truly grasp in any way. It can conceive of the idea, the concept, but it can't really know it. That is your heart. That comes from your heart. It is your true self that knows. That is the fullness of the One. And really, it doesn't need to understand it because it is. You are. And so, as we travel on this journey together, as individuals and as one, the possibilities for being and creation and infinite potential all exist in this moment of now, which is all there is, and exist in the fullness of every aspect of every one. You, me, us, all. And so by allowing yourself to embrace all of you, you can open yourself up to not only accepting, but also loving and feeling joy and gratitude for every aspect of yourself and everyone and everything else. Because all is one. And this certainly sounds esoteric, potentially, but in your heart knows the truth. And opening up to this in the present moment then opens you up to the realm of infinite potential and infinite possibilities in every moment. So it's not dependent on the concepts and the perceptions of the mind as, well, something's missing, but I can get it if I move towards it and get it off in, it's still off in the future somewhere, or the mind's going to be back in the past worrying or regretting or reliving something that happened before, which it really can't do anything about now anyway because it's in the past. It brings all of this into the present and embraces the present and realizes that all that is possible exists in potential right now, and beyond the sense of linear time, everything, anything is possible in the now. And rather than striving to move or struggle or strive towards some goal that's off in the future, there's a greater sense of relaxation and knowing and certainty that anything is possible. And even if it is something that you're not experiencing in this moment right now, in potential, as soon as you can imagine it, it exists. And then in the now moment, whatever you may feel inspired to do, or even if you're just imagining something that you would like to move into the experience of whatever it is you're imagining, that's bringing it towards you. And in truth, in potential, it exists. And then as you move into greater and greater certainty about this, whatever it is, being in your experience, it is getting closer and closer to you until when the moment of certainty is reached, it arrives. This feels like steps along the linear timeline of now moments, subsequent now moments that we experience, that we perceive things as. Yet, in the fullness, it is already here, now. And this creation is not only assisted, it is actually an essential part of it, begins with this embracing and accepting and loving all of you and all that is right here, right now. Because in truth, that is all that is. It's something that the mind will need to work on to consider if it's not anything that it has really worked on or considered before. Yet, at this stage of the game, as you and we are moving more into our hearts and realizing who and what we are, it is something that the mind is getting more and more on board with for many of us, maybe even most of us. And this is something that continues as we continue on this journey. And it all happens right now by embracing, accepting, and loving what is, and being you as you are right now, and allowing your heart to lead the way. See you next time. Love you.